When a certain anime makes you wanna draw a character from it on any blank piece of paper you happen to find, you know it's a damn good anime. I surely haven't covered entirely in sketches, ugly ones looking back, all my books from school as I did with Dragon Ball, but Naruto had that something which I couldn't find anywhere else that captivated me irremediably. And in fact, for Naruto and only for it, I made this little animation a while back, the intro to the channel which I only ended up using once. I spent so many hours drawing a dozen of frames, funnily enough on Paint, to then edit it and create a sense of motion. Something I would have never expected from myself, symptomatic of my love and passion for Naruto. A work that I have not done for any other manga or anime, despite it not even being my favorite anymore, and it is all thanks to this something, which I mentioned before, that Naruto deserves to be in my nostalgia series. Naruto holds a special place in my heart, not as big as Dragon Ball or Pokemon may do. Still, it was quite influential in my adolescence, whereas the other two had a bigger role in shaping my childhood. It was during those years, we are talking about 2015, that Naruto was hype. Nobody could stop talking about Madara. We were all so excited, but with how built different TV over here is, random episodes from older arcs would air in between the war arc, confusing anyone on the order of the story, while on the other hand, spicing things up. What I mean is I, like many others I would assume, just didn't have a clue on whether Pain was after this or that, if Itachi's death was here or there, and while it was indeed a messed up way to watch this series, that's how I lived it, all I knew and thought it was normal. Can't even blame me too much. There was no way to catch up to what was then the current arc, because I for one was yet to learn about illegal streaming websites. The internet, meant as digital era, over here has always been problematic and crazily slow to settle. In addition, the anime on our TVs stopped at a certain point of the war arc. Maybe they had paid the rights up to some episode, so we were basically stuck and unable to learn what laid beyond, and so, tired, the adolescent me decided enough was enough, and bought his first manga ever. Just know that, for reference, only last year the Italian television translated the rest of the war arc. We are so behind. Anyway, I remember going around town at each and every newsstand asking for the latest volumes. I'm still missing the number 69. I was so innocent back then. Nowadays it would be kinda awkward to ask for that one. Even if in a different town for whatever reason, I would go to any place potentially selling manga, and so, after years of watching the anime on TV, in the rigorous Italian way, I finished Naruto. I've mentioned this in my other nostalgia videos, that missing an episode was a catastrophe because there was no way to replay it. Luckily though, the manga volumes I bought did not have any missing pages. Naruto's story was amazing, connecting the pieces of the puzzle with my imagination, thanks to both Kishimoto's creativity and the Italian TV, was very stimulating for the younger me who was just in love with that universe. Naruto had that magic which Dragon Ball did not possess. It was as if I had grown older, more mature inside. But what exactly was this magic I am alluding to? What is Naruto for me? Well, Naruto was a transition. I went from Goku's search for fights and quest to better himself to Naruto's somewhat deeper message, veiled under a tangible melancholy. The imagination with which I used to fill the gaps between the episodes I missed, I needed to use more here. The episode's value didn't simply reside in moving the story onward. My imagination had more work to do compared to Dragon Ball. There was something more to Naruto that I had to imagine. And it was the past, what nowadays I would call world building. When I was 17, I didn't pay too much attention to how mismanaged 95% of the cast was, well, until the last arc where everything fell apart. Anyway, Naruto was called so because I had my eyes on the protagonist, and all that concerned him, his rival Sasuke and the major villains. I loved, and still love, the depth and motivation of evil in the world of Naruto. I love how things are much more complicated than they look on the surface. How a single action or word can have dire repercussions to the state of the shinobi world. I used to be in love with the ninja aspect of Naruto until freaking aliens took over, making it lose its identity. Maybe my favorite thing in Naruto is the flashbacks, when done right of course, and not to stretch out episodes making up that infamous 41% of the series filler. Especially the adults' flashbacks used to show a world which, simply put, gave me nostalgia. The music of those flutes, the overall vibe was magical. The world felt vibrant and alive, and the past served to explain the present as cause and consequence of the state of the shinobi world. It was a difficult and yet cozy place for me because of the atmosphere. And it was in these flashbacks that evil was hidden. Evil in Naruto was part of nature, a part which couldn't be suppressed because hatred fed it through man in a never-ending cycle. The world felt like it truly existed and was present from way before the current events, which is nothing obvious and a commendable achievement in fiction, and evil was there as a natural spawn of humanity's actions, a seed deeply planted underneath the earth. Characters and their villages were interconnected, with some plot holes here and there, sure, but it was hatred, the reason and effect of everything and everyone. And Naruto's message was to understand hate, to comprehend it as a solution to the plague of the shinobi world. The discovery of a very important past of an evil universe was what caught me and distinguished Naruto from Dragon Ball personally. Back then, I wasn't as much into anime and manga as I am now, so my only few terms of comparison were pretty much just Dragon Ball and One Piece. The depth of Naruto's villains, its world building, their past, it all mattered to understand the present. The adolescent me saw something superior to the rest, and that appealed to me. Naruto was about understanding each other, because there is a reason explaining why things have come to be this messed up way, and the answer is buried in the past where it needs to be researched. That's why the pain arc is peak. It's surely assisted by the fights, characters, flashbacks and all, but first and foremost, thanks to Nagato's unanswered question to Naruto on how to break this cycle of hatred. One of the best speeches in this series. In all of this, Naruto was the underdog, someone starting from nothing and reaching the top with his own efforts and proving everybody wrong. He was alone and, for this, relatable. I used to have my own Sasuke, that one person I just couldn't reach and used to look up to. Always one step behind. I remember all the profile pictures on Xbox of people with Yahiko. It's all a memory now, but a fond one. So much from Naruto is iconic. The Sharingan, the Rinnegan, Itachi, Pain, Kakashi, Orochimaru, Obito, Detailed Beasts, and so on. I can't name everything that makes Naruto what it is. It's just so appealing, different, unique. I still sing in my head the Italian opening, which translated goes something like, and it's gonna sound cringe, but it's 2022 and everything is cringe if you ask me. Anyway, it goes something like, it's very catchy. I believe in myself, in my heart, and to the pain I say good riddance. Once you hear it, after a bad, very bad day at school, on your comfortable bed or couch, embraced by the soporific dark of the evening and the warmth of your family, it refills your heart with hope, giving all a better taste, giving you a reason to keep going, however insignificant and laughable, a reason to wake up the next day, to see the next episode.